I've had 3 new experiences this week. The first, I've seen the scariest doll I've ever seen in my life. The second was almost having a tripod knocked over by a Bream. And the third one was I got video bombed by a big, scary Sheffielder.
Come to Southfield, they put rod in.
The first part of tonight, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who came to say hello at the Northern Angling Show last week. It was fantastic, brilliant. Thank you so much for just coming over and introducing yourself and just saying hello and taking time out to have a look at the products and just to have a little chat about fishing. It was really, really good just to put some faces to names and just talk about what we love, and that's fishing. So thank you so much for everybody and all the great messages that we had. It was great to see you. So this week really is just about looking forward to the Big One show this weekend. It's a 2-day event, Saturday and Sunday at Farnborough. Hoping to see lots of you guys again. Some of the sponsored anglers, as regards bait tech especially, there are going to be some anglers there that weren't at the Northern Angling Show, like Dean Barlow. It's great to see Dean. I mean, he's been a massive part of my feeder fishing from when I really started taking it serious, and it's going to be great to see him because he's moved further south recently, and you know, I just very, very rarely see him, so it'll be great to see him. So on Saturday I'm on the bait tech stand, which I'm really looking forward to, and then on Sunday I'm going to be on the Matrix stand. So please, anybody what's down there, please come over and say hello. Floor plan for you, for what it's worth, is that Matrix, bait tech, simple as that. I mean, you'll not miss us anyway, because they always have great location of the stands, and they're always big enough, you know, for anyone to see, even if you're remotely close to them. So please just take time out, just come and say hello. It'd be great just to talk about fishing, talk about anything, you know, and it's a great opportunity for you to see the products that we're always talking about and that we're obviously catching fish with as well. So it's just a fantastic opportunity to see these things in the flesh. So look forward to seeing some of you at the weekend. Q&As this week, I'm just really kind of flying through it, to be fair, because what's happened is, as a lot of you know, I've been on a 2-day festival this week, and that's really taken up most of my attention, to be fair. You know, everything I do is all about the results, and so I had to make sure my kit and my up-to-date knowledge of Southfield, which is where the festival was, and my head was right for the competition, you know. So I've not been for months, so I had a lot of catching up to do as regards the type of ground bait required, where the fish were, and all that sort of stuff. And you know, thankfully, one of my really good mates, Wayne Bartholomew, has been a big part of that, because he's been going almost every week really in the matches there, so he's really up to speed on the venue. And you know, big thanks again, Wayne, for putting me onto the mix that I used. Because of that, I'll put the link below for the video that I did from the Northern Angling Show. I'll put that below for you. There is a video from the festival, but it won't be on tonight. It may be on Friday or Saturday night. I just want to put it together. It's one video for which covers both days, so hopefully that'll be you know, nice for you to see the pegs, see the venue, and just see my progress and my thoughts and stuff as I progress through the festival. So that'll be on maybe tomorrow night or maybe Saturday. I just want to put that together, you know, in a nice way for you. So yeah, my week's been taken up by that. Because of that, a lot of the questions I've had, if not all the questions, have been about that festival. So what I'm going to do is just quickly summarise what all the questions were about and just give a quick answers to them. I'm not going to give you too much because I'd really like you to watch the video when it's done. So before I quickly cover those questions, here's just a quick taster of a few snapshots of how the festival went. Okay, so the questions that I got asked really covers those three topics. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll race through them. I'm not going to give too much away, like I said, because I'd really like you to watch the video and let me know what you think about it, please. The first one was kit. I've used 2 rods. It's a 2-day contest, and it was the same kit both days. I've fed a shorter line, and I've used a 3.6 metre S-class on that. I think it was a C2 tip on that. I've fished it with braid, with 0.10 submerged braid with an 8 metre shock leader, and that was on a fixed paternoster rig. Simple as that. I've fished 35 metres. That was my kit for 35 metres, and I fished that with an Aquas 5000 reel. The longer line I fed both days, but I only really caught a number of fish on that line on day 2, and that was fished at 55 metres, and that was with the 4 metre Horizon that a lot of people know that I love. It's had the 4-ounce tip in it, which I know might sound a little bit heavy, but there was a lot of tow on it, and the 4-ounce tip, it's surprising how giving that tip actually is on that rod. So yeah, I've used that with the feeder 5500 reel, 0.10 submerged braid again with an 8 metre shock leader, and that was a fixed paternoster rig again, and the main feeder on that was the Horizon feeder bullet. Every peg was in on this competition, so you know, the pegs, because there's nothing between, especially on day 1 when I was on the long bank, a lot of the pegs feel quite tight. It's a little bit deceiving when there's, you know, nothing between the platforms, no bushes or anything. It can feel quite, you know, as though you're hemmed in a little bit, especially when you're casting long. You really need to be as accurate as possible, you know, because even if you only go off by a degree or so, over 55 metres, it's surprising how close that might seem to the angler next to you. So that's why I use those feeders, incredibly accurate, and they're in various sizes. So when I felt I wanted to feed more, it was a 50 gram version I had to use on both days. You know, there are larger versions of that feeder in the same weight, so I was still able to put out, you know, quite a bit of quantity of bait that I felt I needed, especially on day 2. So that was that really. Bait was the same bait both days. I've used dead red maggot and I've used worm, dendrobenas, and on day 1 I've fed about half a kilo of worm, and I've caught with worm and red maggot on the hook, and on day 2 I fed a kilo of worm and just under 2 pints of dead reds, and I caught on worm on day 2, just worm, and that's it really. The ground bait mix, the all important ground bait mix, was one that Wayne flagged up to me, which was a combination of Special G Green and Karma, and that was just mixed 50-50, simple as that. Never used that mix before. I just went with Wayne's experience on that venue, you know, over the last few weeks when he's been fishing it. I've had success on there with a different mix, but that just seems bang on for how it's fishing at the moment. So what, you know, why not use what Wayne's been using? Simple as that. I didn't want to just go and take chances. So that was the ground bait, and the range I've just kind of covered. I fished a short line on both days and a long line on both days. The short line was 35 metres on both days, and the long line was 55 metres. That's it, simple as that. Gotta say a massive thank you to all the messages I've had regarding that festival. It went really, really well. You know, I've had an average draw on day 1, and you know, managed to catch enough to keep me in the contest. And then day 2, I've drawn the only section where I could really have got the weight that I needed to catch up with the leaders from day 1. And I've just gone super confident. I've gone with a mindset of, if some fish turned up, I was going to try and make the most of it, and I like to think that's what I've done, you know. And yeah, fantastic. I mean, like I say, I really want you to watch that video, please, because you just get a good feel for the venue and the way that I approached that match, you know. But another key thing that came out of it, which was fantastic from my point of view, was how well our Feeder Masters team did. They were all there to fish that competition. Gareth Lambert, everyone who fishes that venue knows Gareth and how good he is, especially when he's on fish. He's a great attacking angler, and he did really, really well. From average draws, he's done brilliant. Steve Whitfield, our other team member, he was 5th overall, I think he was. I still haven't seen the full results, so I'm trying to just do this from memory at the minute, so, you know, it was only yesterday. Steve Whitfield was 5th, and then, no, sorry, wrong way around. Wayne was 5th, Wayne Bartholomew was 5th, and Steve Whitfield was 4th. Absolutely fantastic. And myself, obviously, winning the festival. So that's our team of 4 for the Feeder Masters. I mean, it's a cracking all-round team, and you know, I'm really proud of the lads, and it was great to see them there. You know, we're really going to gun for that this year. So if you're watching, lads, which I'm sure you are, absolutely superb, mate, absolutely superb, all of you, brilliant. You know, it was great how we could chat about it afterwards. So that's it. I'm not going to keep banging on about it. Like I say, maybe tomorrow or Saturday will be the video from the festival. Massive thank you to everybody for all the congratulations and the messages I've had. It's been fantastic. And I've seen a couple of negative messages on Facebook, not direct ones to me, but on my post and stuff, just about well drawn and all that sort of stuff. Look, all I can say is other anglers have drawn the pegs that I drew, fished it differently, and it didn't work. So, you know, that's not my fault. And B, I won my section both days. So even if it had been a points competition, I would have won the competition anyway on weight. So come on, let's just enjoy the videos, enjoy the posts, enjoy sharing what we've got, and you know, let's make it a happy place to be on the internet. But yeah, I mean, come on, I've got every right to defend myself on that one, and I'm really proud of that result. And I'm especially pleased about how many people were genuinely happy afterwards that came over and congratulated me. You know, it was really nice. I think that speaks volumes about the type of anglers that fish in those sorts of venues, you know. And they understand you can have bad days and good days, and you've just got to make most of the good draws that you get. So anyway, listen, it's Friday tomorrow. Have a fantastic day tomorrow, and have a great weekend. Hopefully I'll see some of you at the big one. If not, hopefully that's because you're out fishing. And if you are, please let me know how you're getting on, because I know a lot of you fish matches and stuff and try things out that you've seen in the videos, or you've been to a venue that's in the videos, and you're giving me feedback about what you've tried, what's worked, what hasn't, how you've got on. Please, let's talk about it. That's what we're here for. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it. And if I don't see you on Saturday, I hope you empty it wherever you're off to. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week.